What's going on, everyone? Ty Talk Sports here. And let's just say there's been a lot of trades. I know this video is obviously a couple weeks late, but I was waiting for everything to happen before so we didn't have to make multiple videos. I'm just going to jam pack it all into one. So, it all started the morning that Aaron Rodgers signed his massive contract. I'm not really going to talk about that. We know about it. Then just about an hour later, the first trade happened. Throw it up on screen. A blockbuster of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was traded to the Denver Broncos for Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick. How do I like this trade? Well, I like it for Denver because it immediately puts them in a win-now scenario, but not an emergency win-now scenario. Russell Wilson still has lots of good years left on him. Russell Wilson can still be an MVP level type of quarterback. And Russell Wilson has just said that he wants to play 10 or 12 more years, which I think is absolutely insane. But hey, Russell Wilson can do Russell Wilson things. So, and now he's being put in a more pass-heavy offense. He was in Seattle with Pete Carroll where they ran the ball. Pete Carroll never grew out of Marshawn Lynch and wanted that to evolve to Chris Carson. That was a problem when you have that type of quarterback under center and your coach wants to keep running the ball. I love the young talent that Denver has over there. Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton. Those are the 2 receivers that really captivate my eye when this trade goes down. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to keep Noah Fant because Russell Wilson's needed a tight end. And I was really happy to have Russell Wilson have such great all-around weapons. I'm not saying he didn't have that in Seattle because he did. But he had younger talent, and Noah Fant is one of the key parts of that offense, one of the most underrated players in the whole league, and unfortunately they couldn't hold on to him, which I think really sucks for Denver. But you got Russell Wilson, you got young receivers, see what you guys can do with it. And here's the way I see... Okay, hold on. Okay. Sorry, I got an Adam Schefter notification. I was trying to figure out if I had to report about that later. Seattle. Drew Lock, a guy who I still think has talent. I really do think Drew Lock still has talent and potential. Noah Fant, talked about him. Shelby Harris, a nice young defensive lineman. 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th. Man, I think those are the most important parts of this trade because they got a haul. It immediately puts them in a rebuild, but a successful rebuild. They can use those assets to trade. They can use them to draft. They have so much capabilities with the assets that they received in this trade. I really like this trade for both sides. Next. I can't remember what happened next. I think it was... Yeah, okay. Next. The Chargers acquired Khalil Mack. I love this trade. One of the best pass rushers in the game. You're going to pair him next to Joey Bosa. Chargers only sent a 2nd-round pick and a 3rd-round... a 6th-round pick, excuse me. Great trade. You didn't give up that much assets and you got one of the best pass rushers in the game to form a great line with him and Joey Bosa. And then they got Derwin James and now newly signed J.C. Jackson in the backfield. This defense is stacked. And Asante Samuel Jr., a young cornerback that I think can be really good. This Chargers defense is great. Great. And I expect Justin Herbert to be amazing. I expect him to be in a lot of people's MVP conversation. I really expect this team to do great things. And now, both sides of the ball are stacked. And this can be a really good Chargers team. I really think they have lots of potential on both sides of the ball. I think this is a great team. I mean, and now a very tough AFC West. So, we'll see who comes out of there. But that Chargers team is nice, it's young, and it's certainly going to be around for quite some time. There's not much really to say about that. Next. One of the more questionable moves. The Colts traded Carson Wentz for a package that include 2 third-round picks. Carson Wentz has not been the same since his near MVP season in Philly. We all know that. So, for him to keep bouncing around, I'm just not sure about him. I'm not 100% sold. He's obviously a very mediocre quarterback. Not a great decision maker. Not a guy you trust in the ends of tough games. He's not known for that. He's not that guy. That's the best way to put it. He's not a guy who can take you down the stretch. Once again, not a great decision maker. And, I mean, he's going into a pretty mediocre offense as well. I mean, Antonio Gibson is great. Terry McLaurin is also great. And I feel bad because, I mean, those two guys who are young and have so much talent are being held back by this Washington team that can't get good pieces around them. Normally, you think a franchise quarterback is someone you build around, and it is. But the problem is, Washington has the talent on the offense, and they have talent on the defense too, but the problem is, they can't build around it. They can't get the final pieces that they need to put it together, and they continue to struggle. I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be what they want him to be, obviously. I don't think he's going to be the guy who's going to put them over the edge and take them to the playoffs again. I just don't see it in Carson. I just don't. Not really much to say about that trade either. And now, let's move on to another one. I didn't like this one. Cowboys traded Amari Cooper and a 6th to the Browns for a 5th and a 6th. This becomes super important in the next year I'm going to talk about. Yeah. We traded a 27-year-old wide receiver who can be a top 10 for a 5th and a 6th. That's the most we could get out of him. I get it. A $20 million contract is not easy to trade. It's not. I'm glad we freed it up because obviously he didn't want to be there. He wanted to be wide receiver 1. But really, a 5th and a 6th, that's all the Cowboys could get out of him? We couldn't get a 2nd? We couldn't get a 3rd? I don't know what the Cowboys are doing this offseason. It's not good at all. They're not bringing in free agents. They're letting people walk, and then they're pulling trades like this. I don't know what the move is. I don't know. I get it. They freed up so much cap space, so obviously there's someone they have in mind, but I don't know who that is. I don't know who I have in mind. One of the guys I want the Cowboys to sign, 2 of them actually, I want us to load up on the defense. I want us to sign Bobby Wagner and Tyrann Mathieu. The thing is, we're going to have money. We have money. But are they going to spend it? Or are they going to pay the young guys? I don't know. I don't like this trade. I get it. Amari Cooper didn't want to be there, so we got something out of him instead of letting $20 million just walk away. But if that's all the Cowboys could get out of him, that shows how low, that shows how low receiver value is in this league. Excuse me again. The 5th and final trade just went down about an hour ago. Deshaun Watson decided he wanted to play for Cleveland. This is something every NFL fan had their eyes on for quite some time. Since it was announced that he wasn't going to be criminally charged, every team started making moves. He had the ability to do anything he wanted, basically, at this point. Go wherever he wanted, wherever he pleased. And now he's going to Cleveland. The package that Cleveland is sending includes 3 first-round picks, a 3rd, and a 5th. 5 picks for a guy who hasn't played in a year. That shows how valuable a franchise quarterback is to teams. It was announced yesterday that Baker Mayfield requested a trade, and now he can get that. After now bringing in Deshaun Watson, and now, throw it up on screen, they're going to pay him $230 million, which is fully guaranteed. The highest fully guaranteed contract. It's a new record. Wow. Great. I think it's a great fit. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones. So much talent on that Cleveland roster. There really is so much talent. And the defense, don't even get me started. Garrett, Ward, Grant Delpit if he can be healthy. So many more pieces. I can't name them all. Baker Mayfield, I think, was the reason that the Browns were relevant 2 years ago. The reason they made the playoffs. And when Baker requested a trade yesterday, I was like, they're going to have to, I don't know how they're going to get something out of him. After a terrible year of him playing through COVID, shoulder injuries, and more, I think Baker was due for another year. I think Baker had one more chance. Obviously, they're not going to give it to him. Now, Where does he go? I think Indianapolis, maybe Seattle, or New Orleans. I think those are 3 teams. Maybe the Falcons. Falcons are a team who's looking for a quarterback. They thought they were in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes until this went down. I really like this move for Cleveland. Granted, it really messes up their future, but they bring in a future franchise quarterback, and if everyone can stay healthy, that's a young team that can be a legit contender. That AFC North is fun. Joe Burrow, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, all electrifying, fun, young quarterbacks. That's going to be a really fun division to keep our eyes on. There's still lots of moves to be made. Nothing's going down as of right now. Let me read this. After today's trade, free agent quarterback Jameis Winston is expected to be back for the New Orleans Saints. So the Saints are going to continue to run with Jameis Winston. So I wouldn't be surprised if Baker ended up in Indianapolis or Seattle. Another thing is we still are waiting for Jimmy Garoppolo to get traded. I'm not sure why he hasn't been traded yet, but I still have my eyes on him waiting for his trade to go down because the thing is they need to play Trey Lance. I have lots of faith in Trey Lance. I think he's an electrifying quarterback that can really change the whole offense of that Niners team. And the thing is, they gave up so much to take him, they're going to have to play him. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, they need to hurry up and get a trade for him. So, that's the next thing I'm waiting for. Still haven't, it hasn't really been talked about that much. Obviously, we all have our eyes on that, but I haven't, there has not been many reports. So, I'm still waiting for that to go down. But anyways, yeah. We love trades. That's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of these trades. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, turn on the post notification bell so you never miss when I upload the newest sports content. Until then, this is Ty Talk Sports signing off.